Oh no, I hear myself. I have the stream open in another tab. Oh
What a way to
no!
start.
And that's how we start. That's how we start the Biggles breakdown. I am joined here with the gaming Ronin.
Yo.
Okay, that's all you're going to do. Okay, and I am also here joined by one of our favorite mods on the channel, Chunk the Punk. And the whole reason why I bought Kingdom Hearts is because he threatened me. No, not really, but he really wanted me to play it. So Chunk, go ahead and say hi to the people.
Heyo, what's up, guys?
See, that's how you say hello, Ronan. Other than all right, so so I had to play Kingdom Hearts. So we're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts. It took me like a long time to beat Kingdom Hearts because I did not like the controls all that much. It was completely different than any other game I've played, and it was a bit chunky. No pun intended. I meant to say clunky, but I said chunky. A bit clunky, and I didn't like how a lot of the fight mechanics had like like you had to jump to fight, and you had a really crappy jump in the beginning of the game. And then once I got the ability called like high jump or something like that.
Yeah, high jump.
Yeah, once I got high jump, I actually really enjoyed the game. So once I got past there, it became a lot easier to beat. Other than that lightsaber Sith Lord at the end of the game, that I still don't know who the name of that character is. I wasn't sure if if I was actually fighting Roxas or not, or who I was fighting. But
probably not.
Because
I don't think it's even any of the ones from next game.
Well,
one before 2.
Well, Sora's Heartless is Roxas, and he happens after he becomes a Heartless in the final castle, which is Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
Which is the music that keeps getting me copyright struck by the Latin version of Disney. Okay, can you stop that, please, Disney? That's not cool. I promise I'm actually playing the game, and I can show you right here. Oh wait, I have to shut off the game to show it. That it says I can play this music. Okay, as long as I'm playing the game. What's up, Apollo?
Yeah, I think Square Enix was a liar with that.
Well, I'm using it to win any copyright strike that they put on my account, so I like it. I just be like, boom, screenshot, boom, here you go.
Here, it says it in the game. I'll go screw off.
Go. It says I can do that. So we start this journey with a dream, like in Kingdom Hearts. And I think if we remember, use Final Fantasy music. Well, Final Fantasy's in this game, Apollo.
Yeah. Get one-winged angel when you did the Sephiroth fight. So
yeah. So when we start this off, it's like a dream he's having or whatever, and he's like falling in water, and like a whole bunch of stuff is going on.
Typical anime intro.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you got some music that's pretty awesome. And then after all that, we're on like all the princesses, and they look different, like the Disney princesses, and they look different, like they were all mixed apart as we do the tutorial, and we get this looking command setup, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I have to like scroll down to attack, and I was like, oh my god, please no, don't do this to me. And I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, that tripped me up as well. The first time I saw gameplay footage for Kingdom Hearts 1 back in the early 2000s, I almost thought it was kind of like I saw them moving in real time, but at the same time, I also thought it was semi-turn based for some reason. I didn't realize right away that it was a full-blown action RPG. I mean,
Yeah, so
I mean, the semi turn-based kind of would make sense because SquareSoft was doing turn-based before with like the classic Final Fantasy. So
yeah, I don't know why I thought it was turn-based for some reason, but I did.
well, it's a turn-based menu. So when I was so before you guys said we should do a Biggles breakdown on this, I started doing a little bit of like rewatching my stream so I could be like, okay, I'm going to do a review on this and like put some of my rage clips in there. But it's a turn-based menu for an action RPG, and that was the most annoying thing in the world to me because I was like, I have to scroll through, and then so I don't know if you know this, but my LB must have been kind of fucked up when I was first playing it because now it's going through fine. But I would be like pressing LB and the shortcut wouldn't come up a lot of the times while in combat. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And then you would be like, LB. And I would have to go to my magic and do like something on the thing because I couldn't get LB to work.
I didn't have that issue.
I realized I wasn't showing the button, but I was like, what the fuck, man? So I thought like it was just like super clunky and not like set up correctly for the PC. But like it looks so fucking pretty. Like, I mean, Sora's got some creepy ass eyes, you know? Like,
yeah.
See, can I Sora's got these creepy ass eyes, and it like scares the shit out of me in the first one. The second one looks a lot cleaner, but
yeah, it kind of reminds me of going from Assassin's Creed 2 to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood with how better the models look.
Oh yeah. And those games are fantastic, but we're not talking about those games anymore. So we started off where we were on an island after we do the tutorial, and we meet Riku, Kairi, Tidus from Final Fantasy X, Wakaba. What's that girl's name?
Selphie or something.
Selphie, yeah.
Selphie. So
yeah,
you know, she takes pictures of herself. So we get the Final Fantasy X characters. We get 3 new characters for the Kingdom Hearts, and we're on an island. And I'm assuming these islands might be part of the islands from Final Fantasy X. Just like
no,
like their own. They're not.
No, they're a completely original world for Kingdom Hearts, the Destiny Islands. Yeah.
Okay, because I thought maybe they were just like on the same like world because the Final Fantasy X characters were there.
That's what I thought too.
And they hadn't jumped into like the Kingdom Hearts world yet. So
like
I thought
Disney stuff.
Yeah. So I thought like it was its own island, but like it was technically part of Final Fantasy X world. But now that I know it's all original, thanks to our Kingdom Hearts expert, Chunk. Now, Chunk, will you tell the people how many times you've beat Kingdom Hearts?
Too many to count. I've been playing it for 22 years. So if I had to guess, over 100 probably.
There you go. So we have our expert of over 100 times playing Kingdom Hearts. So if we have to go something, he has a big book that has all the answers to probably the questions we'll ask. And he probably even memorized the pages of it.
Actually, I didn't get it until just a couple months ago. I'm still reading it.
Really? There you go.
Wow,
look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have thought he had the entire thing memorized already. I do know I would be like, I'm lost. And Chunk would be like, turn around, you idiot. And I would turn around and I'd find where I needed to go. He was like my map because this game doesn't have a map. So I was like, where do I go? Like, I don't need a map to tell me where to go. I just need a map so I know I've already been to that spot, you know? I don't need hand holding when I play a game, and this game doesn't hold your hand at all. And I was just like, I probably spent like hours running around in circles if I didn't have Chunk. You're like, where the fuck? I don't even know how to get through this town that I've gone through like 100, like Traverse Town. I still can't tell you how to get to District 2 from like the thing without Chunk. I just keep going to the 3rd district. I don't know Like
I know I got lost in the jungle, and Chunk had to help me.
Yeah, the jungle. Many people on their first playthrough always get lost in the jungle.
Well, I ruined everything for Chunk in the jungle, and he hates me now because I fell off the treehouse and I ruined the fight against the cheetah. And for those of you that don't know, the jungle is the Tarzan world, so it does have Tarzan. So the worlds that we do have are let me go to the world so I can actually like look at them. And apparently I'm locked on, so I can't save. So I'm going to the gummy ship real quick. So the worlds we do have are Hollow Bastion, which is completely Kingdom Hearts. We have the End of the World. We have Neverland. We have my least favorite world, Atlantia or Atlantia.
It's the best one in the game.
No, it's awful. I can't do any. Atlantica, fucking under the sea. I hate my life. Take it from me. Right? Okay, so that's
this world is pointless. It's so annoying. Take it from me.
Yeah, and then the next, like, I know we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts 2, but then they make it a rhythm game, the world, and I hate everything because of it. Then we have probably the best one, which is Halloween Town, which I loved. Then we had the stupid Pinocchio whale. We had Agrabah, which had a bunch of the fat characters, and thank gosh, in this game we still had Gravity or whatever it was called. That's what it's called,
Gravity.
Right?
Gravity, yeah.
And it would just crush them, and it made fighting them so much easier. Deep Jungle is the Tarzan world. Then we had Alice in Wonderland, which I thought was really cool. I think when we first got there, so I was like, "Holy shit!" I didn't expect like Alice in Wonderland. And then the Colosseum, which is Hercules' world. I like it so much better in the second one, but I was just so excited to see Hercules, and then it was just the Colosseum. So it was like a major letdown for me. And then we have Traverse Town, which starts the game. So there's way less towns in this one than there is in the other one.
Yeah, I will point out really quick, you do notice that Disney Castle is still there, but you could never visit it in Kingdom Hearts 1. And it was actually supposed to be a world in Kingdom Hearts 1, but it got scrapped, and then they just put it in Kingdom Hearts 2 instead.
Well, now we know everything.
Well, I'm glad they put it in Kingdom Hearts 2 because I know I wanted to go there.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, I have this awful looking gummy ship because I didn't know how to build the gummy ship. So I hated the gummy ship thing. And Chuck was like, if only you had it on PlayStation 5, I could do this for you. Let's see.
That gummy ship is a flying Picasso painting.
Biggles can't be trusted to manage the materia. Materia? Did he leave out an L? Is it supposed to be the material?
No, materia from Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the green orbs from 7.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't beat 7. I plan on it, but I think I'm just going to buy like the original version of it and just play that rather than the remake, because the remake has like a lot of extra stuff and like stuff I don't care about. So
I love the remakes, but I also want to play the original 7.
Well, yeah. Why do I want to buy 3 games to beat one game when I can buy one game for like $16 and beat the entire thing and have the combat system that I like better, which is turn-based. So,
well, mainly right now is to see the changes they do.
Yeah, but why would you want to change something that's considered like the best Final Fantasy?
Apparently, the remakes are like a weird sequel. From what I've seen, it's like meant to be a weird sequel. I don't get it myself, but I'm just rolling with it.
You only do it to check out better looking
Tifa and Aerith.
Yeah, exactly. What up, Agronol?
Yo.
Hello. Welcome to the Biggles Breakdown. This we might be doing this again every Monday because since I've been streaming less, I get to do more material, more editing, and so I can work on more stuff. So I think I can do this every Monday again without like having to be like, oh, I only got through like 200 episodes because it's 300 episode show, you know? So now I can, and there's a lot smaller stuff I can do because I just watched Fearin, the like the anime about like that elf, and that's 24 episodes. So it's too much for a Biggles bite. So I want to do like a breakdown on it. So we might be doing the breakdown more every Monday again at 8 p.m. Eastern. So look forward to more Biggles breakdowns again because I like talking about stuff. So we saw our worlds. We had the gummy ship that I hated. Like that, it was so bad in one. Like
The gummy sections are easy if you properly built a ship.
I couldn't figure out how to build the ship. I kept clicking a button, and I was like, "How do I go to a different item now?" So I kept hitting help to read it, and it didn't have the button, and I was like, and I'm
trying to pull up the game right quick so I can show off my gummy ship to show what a superior builder can do.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was actually very proud in Ronan how quickly he picked up the gummy ship customization.
Yeah. Well, I hated it. And I was raging every time I had to do it. And then in two, it's probably one of my favorite mechanics in the game.
Like, it reminds me a lot of Ratchet and Clank going commando.
I love Ratchet and Clank games. I had a pretty dope gummy ship, says Nagranol.
Nice.
See, I suck at building. Oh, just like how you let us down with Blitzball. Yeah, fucking Blitzball was awful. But I was having so much hard times figuring it out. I was like, this is awful. But no, so I know I don't have all the Keyblades, but let's kind of look at what they look like because
I think you do got them all.
No, I don't.
Ultimate weapon.
So like your first one is of course your regular Kingdom Heart key. Then you get this one, which is where's Three Wishes from?
Three Wishes is from Agrabah, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get
I just noticed you don't have Lady Luck either. That's a White Trinity reward in Wonderland.
Oh.
You never picked up.
This one's super cool looking, the pumpkin head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Pumpkinhead better than the what's it called, Decisive Pumpkin from Cage 2.
Wait, what was I wielding? I think I was wielding Oblivion. Okay. Or no, I was wielding Lionheart. Okay. And then we get Fairy Harp, which is like Neverland and stupid looking. I don't like this one. Wishing Star. Don't remember where that's from.
It's technically the Monstro Keyblade, but you get it inside of a chest in Geppetto's house in Traverse Town.
Okay. Then we got Spellbinder, which looks awesome. And then we got the meme blade.
The giant Lego block looking thing.
This was my favorite one because it says Hercules on it. It's cooler than the one you get in 2. Then we have Lionheart, which I use all the time. Divine Rose, which is badass, but it's like really short, so sometimes I miss combos because it's too short. Oathkeeper looks badass.
Yeah, Oathkeeper looks awesome.
Oblivion, which looks super cool. Diamond Dust looks really cool. And then the one you get from Seraph is fucking awesome. Sephiroth. I don't know why I keep calling him Seraph.
The one-winged angel is my favorite Keyblade.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, I really like One Winged Angel as well, but the only thing I don't like about it is actually the animation when you swing it. It has this huge fire effect. If you've, I don't think Biggles actually ever tried it during his
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean it looks cool, but I just find in the middle of gameplay it's too distracting. I would have just rather gone for just a regular sort of trail. You know, when you swing the Keyblade, there's like a colorized trail that leaves behind. You know.
Yeah.
Still a cool Keyblade though.
So, what is your guys' favorite world? Do we all have the same one?
Probably.
I don't know which one was my favorite. But first, hold on. I just need to show off. Oh, never mind. It won't let me. I was going to try to show off my gummy ship.
Go to share screen or present on the bottom. Then go to the window page, and you should be able to show it.
That's why I tried it. So it wouldn't. Browsers can access your screen. All right, hold on. I'm just going to do entire screen. Because why not? All right. I hope you guys can see this.
There's his gummy ship. Dude, that looks so much better than mine.
So many guns.
Where mine looks like dog crap. What's the world that never was?
Oh, just don't pay attention to that one.
Was he like trolling? Is Subhuman trolling? Damn!
Damn it, Sub, we haven't gotten there yet.
Subhuman with the spoilers.
We're talking Kingdom Hearts 1 Subhuman. Mine is Halloween Town, as I said a little bit earlier. I'm not big on like the Nightmare Before Christmas, but I do really like the idea of the movie, and I really like Jack, and I kind of hate like almost everybody else. So I was super excited for Jack, and then he was in my party. We're not talking about 2 yet. I haven't beat it. Okay, you're ruining everything, Sub.
Yeah, Ronan hasn't beat it yet either.
Yeah, you're somehow ahead of me, Biggles, but you skipped Chain of Memories, so
yeah. Well, it's a Game Boy Advance game. I stand my ground.
So, if only you were actually playing the Game Boy Advance version, you would have hated it even more.
Dude,
because it's a 2D game. It's not even 3D. It's when you're in combat, it's 2D, and the controls are pretty poor. I mean, it's on the GBA, so it's pretty limited.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, that was a slog back in the day trying to play that game.
And one of Marluxia's abilities was work different in it too, right?
Yeah, I was telling Ronan about how in the GBA version, he has this one attack that kind of sucks you towards him, and it deals a lot of damage. But then in the remake, they made it so that you get pushed backwards, and it didn't really hurt you as much, or at all, for that matter.
Yeah, it didn't hurt at all. It just pushed you away.
Oh, nice. I just couldn't fucking focus on getting the cards I wanted and focusing on the fights, then like getting to where I needed to go, and I was like, yeah, I don't like this at all.
So the card thing could be fixed by going into editing the deck and then edit it like 9s or
yeah,
0,
but I didn't
9s,
have all
8s.
9s at the time.
No, but I'm just saying like highest to lowest would have made it.
Well, it had highest to lowest, but I'd have to like scroll up to the higher cards in the early game, and I was like, this is going to suck. I quit. So I surrendered to that one and came back to this one. So back to the story. So we hit the first world, right? Or we go to Traverse Town and we meet the Final Fantasy VII characters and a Final Fantasy VIII character, Leon. And they basically tell us like stuff. So what do they tell us, Chunk?
A little bit of an explanation on why the Heartless are chasing Sora. The Heartless are very scared of the Keyblade. It's like one of the only weapons outside of magic and such that can really defeat them properly. And then you might get a little brief tutorial on how the Keyblade actually unlocks stuff and that kind of crap.
Speaking of that, I find it funny where Sora didn't stop and go, "Hey, this blade looks like a key. Maybe it can open stuff," before being told by Leon.
Yeah, Sora can be kind of thick sometimes. I don't mean in like a thick ass or anything. Like thick, like
with 3
C's. He can be dumb. He can be dumb sometimes.
Just saying. In Sora's defense, that key looked way too big to fit indoors. Okay,
that's what she said.
Yeah, your key doesn't fit indoors. Okay, you're not getting into this house. The key does not open.
Yeah, I know it's a meme when you're in the hotel room with Yuffie. She says she's sitting there and she's kind of leaning back and Sora's standing there and she says, "I hear that Keyblade can open all sorts of locks." It's kind of a meme when people take it out of context.
I believe it. That Yuffie character, super. All right, so I'm going to read the chronicles from Kingdom Hearts 1 for Wonderland, because we went to Wonderland first. After falling through a deep hole, Sora and company arrived in Wonderland and followed a white rabbit all the way to the Queen of Hearts castles. There they witnessed a trial, and the unreasonable queen falsely accused Alice because Alice is a hooker. No, I'm just kidding. Angered by this injustice, Sora rushed in and challenged the queen. He and his friends found evidence proving Alice's innocence, but the queen simply accused them accosted or accosted. What is that word? Accused them next and ordered her card soldiers to seize them. After fighting them off, Sora noticed that Alice had disappeared from her cage while looking for her. He and his friends ran into the Trickmaster. Who was the Trickmaster?
That was the boss.
Yeah.
Oh. They defeated the powerful monster, but Alice's whereabouts remain unknown. Biggles thinks all the girls are hookers. Well, if you pay them enough, they basically are. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That is not my stance. We're talking about Kingdom Hearts here. That is Sora's stance. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, and then we flew to the other side, and we went to the Colosseum, and Hades plotted to destroy Sora and Hercules, but failed. First, Cloud failed to carry out his orders. Oh yeah, we got to fight Cloud, and it was freaking awesome.
He was annoying,
and he went pure schizo, where he was just like. And I remember making a comment and be like, "We got this," unless he like freaks out and just goes insane. And he went insane, and he was just like.
Once he dropped that one wing, it is nothing but dodge.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then we beat Cerberus, who is the worst boss in this entire game, because your AI partners just die instantly. Like Goofy and Donald are just standing there getting killed over and over again. And you're just
yeah, they tend to be a bit retarded like that.
I mean, they're like strong in other areas, but like against Cerberus.
Well, yeah, like, just big bosses in general that the target might be really high above them. They don't know what to do.
Which is one thing I hated, was most of the boss fights you had to jump. And in like 2, at least, like all your combos are air combos. So like jumping makes sense in 2, and it doesn't really make as much sense in 1. But Hades did not give up on his goal to rule the world as the King of Darkness. He hosted the Hades Cup to deal with Sora personally, overcoming through trials. Sora and company defeated Hades. And then we headed to the jungle where we met Tarzan. So I really liked the jungle, even though I kept getting yelled at by Chunk and kept falling down and kept going the wrong way and kept doing everything wrong, because Hercules, Tarzan, and Mulan are my favorite like Disney movies. And when Hercules was a letdown, I am so glad Tarzan wasn't a letdown because I really liked it. And Tarzan was super cool. And he was just like stabbing motherfuckers with his spear. I don't remember ever seeing Kerchak, but it was.
Kerchak was in there in just a couple scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't get the gunshot where he calls Clayton or when he hears a gunshot, he calls Clayton, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This comment is the truth. We were all yelling at you.
Facts.
Oh, man, I was
we
so
also
mad.
didn't see where Clayton was his own downfall.
Yeah, we missed some of the coolest parts of Tarzan from this game. But at least the world wasn't a letdown. I really like the way the worlds look in this game, especially how they like managed to put them all together in the story. And then it says Sora and friends sought to reach the gorillas' nesting grounds, but Clayton, possessed by the Heartless, stood in their way. He abducted Jane and hunted down the gorillas in their final showdown. Sora and company defeated Clayton, an invisible monster named Stealth Sneak. Sora finally gained Kerchak's trust and was allowed to the nesting ground. Tarzan led everyone to a cavern with a mysterious keyhole. Whoa. Inappropriate, Tarzan. And then when Sora sealed it with the keyblade, he found an unusual gummy block. Although Sora and the others couldn't find their friends, the new gummy block should help them get to another world. Sora, Donald, and Goofy said goodbye to Tarzan and the others and continued with their journey. Yeah. So I think then was Agrabah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next would be Agrabah.
Yeah. Then we went to Agrabah where Aladdin is up there in one of my favorites, mainly because how good Robin Williams was and how fun the songs were. And Gilbert Godfrey as Iago.
Yeah.
He's just fantastic. And we get a lot of the old voice actors back for this world, so it was pretty cool. And then it says, hoping to take over Agrabah, Jafar took Jasmine and the lamp with him to the Cave of Wonders. Sora and his friends followed him there, where they encountered Maleficent, which her fight in the Disney Castle, or not in Hollow Bastion, I wanted to fight her so bad in her dragon form. Then when she went her dragon form, I freaking beat her up, and I was so excited because that was fun. I was like, stop holding back on me, go dragon. And then she went dragon and I whooped her ass. Yeah.
The first part of her fight was or maybe that's Chain of Memories I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Maybe. I can't
sure
remember. I just know the first part of her fight was annoying. It might have been in this where she summoned the troops.
Yeah, she'll call in defenders, and she'll have the her meteor.
Which I think that's the most annoying part when I was doing my second playthrough, trying to do a speed run with no deaths.
Yeah.
I had fun beating Maleficent up. It was fun. They learned that Maleficent and Jafar were running around, or were rounding up the 7 princesses, Jasmine being one, with the power to open the final keyhole. With Genie at his side, Jafar attacked Sora and company. Somehow they defeated him, but could not find Jasmine. She had been abducted by someone else. They returned to Agrabah, where Aladdin freed Genie with his final wish and asked him to help Sora find Jasmine. Genie agreed and joined the party. This is where Genie becomes one of our summons. So we have Genie join us. This world has my least favorite boss fight. If you guys go to the stream where I'm playing the Jafar fight, you can see Chunk in the chat being like, all you're doing is complaining. I fucking hated it. I had to jump and then I had to chase him and he had to run around, and then like I only had one spell and it couldn't fucking reach him. And I was like,
this was an easy fight though.
It was easy, but it was the most fucking annoying fight ever. I'd run to him and then he'd run away. No, it was the most annoying fight I've ever seen in my fucking life. I hated it so
you
much.
Were struggling a lot more in the Hollow Bastion secret boss.
Yeah, but it was fucking. This was way more annoying. I wanted to fucking kill Jafar, and he just fucking kept running away, and I fucking wasted all my entire life just chasing this stupid fuck that's like, oh, I'm a fucking retard, and I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. The worst fight ever. Fuck them. Fuck this fight. I fucking hated it. I was like, fuck you, Jafar. And then we ended up going to the stupid whale for Pinocchio's world, which
the acid trip world.
Oh wait, hold on. We won everyone. How'd I fucked up. I fucked up.
Good God, Biggles.
There we go. Okay. I had to figure out how to do this again. And we go to this, and then Sub and Chunk are telling me to follow the green. And I was like, what the fuck does follow the green mean? And I'm looking at these things, and they're changing colors. So I'm waiting for it to turn green so I can walk through it. And they're like, you don't have to do that. And I was like, well, I'm just trying to follow the green, and I don't know what you mean.
I wish during my playthrough I would have known about the green trick.
Well, they told me it because you kept fucking it up. And
no, I'm pretty sure I did tell Ronan about it because we both
it was
we both saw a video on it.
Yeah, it was a Twitter post I saw.
Yeah,
and then watched the video.
Where after all these years, someone actually figured out that hey, these doors, they are different colors. If you go through the ones that flash green, that leads you to the next room that you should go through.
Well, I'm glad someone told me because I would have been fucking raging even more than I was in this world.
Yeah.
So this world kind of pissed me off because I was like, I can't fucking jump this high. And then this world almost became my favorite because it gave me high jump.
Mm-hmm.
I like hated this world so much, and then I got high jump, and I was like, worth? Like, it made this world ended up making the entire world better. But how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. We had to do 5 worlds before we got high jump, and I just wanted to cry.
High jump makes all the worlds better.
It makes the boss fights better too. Like if I would have had this during Jafar, I probably could have jumped far enough to kill Jafar, and it wouldn't have been as annoying boss fight. And you want to know what's funny? When I beat the secret boss in one shot on the next stream after I gave up and did some
after
farming,
your rage quit.
Yeah, after my rage quit, the secret boss only used the ability once on me, and like when I was fighting him like the other time, he spammed it every like 3 seconds. So like after he was done with it, he spammed it again, and I couldn't fucking kill him. I was like, what the fuck? And then he didn't do it once. He did it once, and that was it. In the time I one shot him.
The boss wanted to go easy on you.
Well,
yeah, I think that's what it was.
Not only did you grind and you got a lot more stronger, so you're just killing them quicker. That fight can be very annoying. You know, it's kind of like it kind of reminds me of the Riku 2. That's what speedrunning, you know, and stuff calls that fight. Riku 2 is that second encounter with Riku at the very end of Hollow Bastion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you were probably encountering so many of that move where he kind of just shoots the lasers and he's like just totally invincible during that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And also the grab where he grabs you and he puts that curse on you and fucks with your command menu and all that shit.
That was the worst ability he had.
It's kind of like when in Riku where if you don't counter Riku when he's attacking you quick enough, he'll just go into his DM or desperation move, and he'll just be invulnerable. And then once he's out of it, you have a certain amount of time before he does it again because he's just programmed that way to attack for a little bit and then pull out his big move and then repeat. You know, so yeah, it's just all about strategy. You know, especially when you die and you fail over and over again, like you try different things to see what works. So that's just how it is.
Well, it doesn't have like the one thing about the boss fights in this, they have like phases when they get to certain percentages. but they don't have like actual phases where it's like by this time, like so in WoW bosses, like I played World of Warcraft for like fucking 20 years or something like
Nerd.
that. Right? Or no, I played it for 18 years because I haven't played in 3 or 2 years, and it's been out 20 years now. And when you play it, like you'll have like these super hard bosses, and they'll be like, all right, if you don't kill it in this amount of time, it enrages and it will just wipe you out, right? And you have like a 30-second window after they do this to do something, and like it always kind of like it always has like a key to later Nagrinol. It always had like a key, like a visual key or a vocal key, like to tell you it's switching phases. And I realized like when I was fighting Sephiroth, like it will say the word, but it won't give you like a key beforehand. And like he'll say the word, but the cast is already off. So like you don't have time to prepare for it. So like how some of these people beat it at like level 1 and like with just the Kingdom Heart regular key blade is amazing to me because it doesn't give you like indicators like other stuff would.
To help you out in a little bit in that, it's just like in a lot of other RPG series where characters always have a tell. Like they'll always announce their move. Like I don't know, Tales of Vesperia or something, and you use art and you say Demon Fang, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with bosses. How they kind of have a tell which move that they're going to do, and they'll always announce it. They'll always say something. That's why you hear them use the same lines repeatedly, and that's usually an indicator on which specific move that they're about to use.
Yeah, but in the Sephiroth fight, he would say the move, but the fire would already be coming up. So you'd already be getting hit by the fire if you're like inside. And now I understand why you guys are like, I choose magic for Kingdom Hearts 1. And like I understand now completely.
Yeah. Well, the Sephiroth fight, you do have to be a little bit more tactical during that fight. If you just rush him constantly, he will spam fire just to get you off of him.
He will spam that AoE constantly on me.
That's why I kept spamming cure, and I was just like smacking him cure, smacking him cure, smacking him cure, smacking him
That's
cure.
That's about what I pretty much had to do.
Yeah. And then Drunk 3PO's Fedora was like, prep an item before when he does that one-winged blade or what one winged
Heartless Angel.
Heartless Angel.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to make it. So I started the item and I almost fucked up because I took too long to start it. And then I ended up using it, saving my life and killing him. And like once I learned that I could do that, I beat him in one try.
Heartless Angel is very scary until you realizes that every time he uses it, he warps behind you. So becomes easier.
I didn't even learn that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I mean, when it's your first playthrough, I kind of want to let you figure out some things by yourself. I don't want to totally just backseat the whole entire time. So let's see if you pick up that every time he uses it, he always goes right behind you.
Yeah, I never picked that up. I never noticed it. I was just like spinning my thing like, where the fuck did this guy go? But let's go back to where we were in the inside the fucking whale. Inside, Monstro, Sora, and his friends ran into Pinocchio and Geppetto. Pinocchio wandered off. And when Sora found him, he also found Riku. It was a strange reunion. Riku suddenly ran off with Pinocchio. Baffled by Riku's behavior, Sora followed them. Amidst all the chaos, a Heartless attacked Pinocchio and left him lying motionless. Did it consume his heart? No way. His heart survived and will remain strong as long as I do my duties as his conscience. Oh, this is Jiminy Cricket talking. Okay, Pinocchio awakens when I call his name. Riku fled the scene, Sora bewildered by the change in his friend. So at this point, is this when we first learn Riku is like kind of working with the bad guys because he's trying to like save Kyrie or something too.
We kind of
But in
learned
his
that
own
he
Sort
way.
of.
was Maleficent earlier.
Yeah, there was a cutscene after you return from Deep Jungle and before you go to Agrabah when you're revisiting it, and you have to talk to Sid to get the ship part installed, and then he sends you over to Merlin and whatever. And as soon as you leave Merlin, you get that cutscene with Riku where you guys kind of meet up for a second before he kind of vanishes, and then you see him with Maleficent there, and you go, "Okay, Riku's pretty shady." So
yeah.
All right, because I don't remember a lot of the cutscenes. I was going to try to rewatch all my streams so I could like remember shit. Like, well, rewatch all the cutscenes.
And you kind of figured something was going to happen in Riku because the first cutscene, even before that, where he's at the front of Hollow Bastion before you realize or before you know it's Hollow Bastion, when he spawns in there, you kind of figure something's probably going to happen.
Yeah. So Riku, I couldn't beat Riku at all on the island. And then everybody was like, "Oh, you're supposed to farm a lot higher in the beginning of the game." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know
Took me
that."
way too many tries myself trying to beat Riku.
I was like, "Fuck it!" After 5, and I went and I went to the next place.
I kept going.
I was like, "Oh, I can't fucking beat this guy." It's like, why does he take so much damage?
None of you did the 3-on-1 fight though, did you?
No.
I don't think I did.
What was the 3-on-1 fight? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Apparently, Taka, Waka, and Sophie would have fought you at the same time.
Yeah. Once you beat all 3 of them, you get the option to fight all 3 at the same time.
Oh. I didn't know that. I would have done that if I knew that. And then after that, we went to Atlantia where we were like, "I hate you, Ariel." And I'll read this, but I hated this world so much. I hated the controls. I ended up figuring out how to fight Ursula by never locking on and just swimming forward the whole time.
I had an easier time fighting Ursula than you did.
But Ursula was fucking annoying. Not as annoying as Jafar, just like aggravating. And then when I unlocked and changed Keyblades, it was super easy. And I don't understand how
that
locking off.
That fight is pretty annoying with just all the lightning spam that she has. It's kind of similar to one of Ansem's final phases where you have to beat the world of chaos, and that big giant head sticking out of that floating platform thing.
Yeah, but
it's just nothing but lightning spam.
Yeah, but the Anthem lightning, it kind of like showed you where it was going to land right before it, so you could kind of get out of the way.
Yeah.
But Ariel, a princess of Atlantica, whatever. You guys can fucking read then.
Ariel, a princess of Atlantica, earned to go to other worlds, but her dream could not be realized as King Triton, her father, forbade such notions. Ursula took advantage of this to coax Ariel into leading her to Triton, which she then seized for herself. To atone for her mistake, Ariel went to Ursula's lair with Sora, Donald, and Goofy to retrieve the trident. After her morays were defeated, Ursula used the trident's power to become a giant, and the worst boss in the game, but was vanquished in the end. With the trident's power, Sora found the keyhole and sealed it. There, I did it for you, Biggles.
He sealed the keyhole. Did you hear that? And then instead of going to Neverland, we went straight to Halloween Town. And the hype was real. The hype was real because the Pumpkin King is Jack. This was my favorite world. I fucking hate Oogie Boogie. He used to like creep me out as a kid. And we got to beat his ass on a roulette thing, which fucking took me like fucking five times just to realize how to like do the thing. And Chunk is like, "You got to go to the right one." And I was like, "Okay." So I went to the right rather than the one where he was under. And it just made me look even stupider.
considering Oogie Boogie is a bag of bugs, you would think like 1 or 2 hits of fire and he would be done.
Right, but
Yeah, he's
that's not
just a
how it
big
works.
burlap sack.
So Jack, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, worked with Dr. Finkelstein and created a heart to control the Heartless for the Halloween festival. Oogie Boogie, plotting to use the heart to take over Halloween Town, had Lock, Shock, and Barrel steal it. When Sora and company arrived at the manor, Oogie Boogie tried to summon a swarm of Heartless with the heart, but failed. Eventually, the heart was incomplete after Sora and his friends defeated him. Oogie Boogie turned into a giant monster, becoming one in his manner. However, he was beaten yet again and disappeared along with the manor. Sora sealed the keyhole in Halloween Town. Locks works on wonders. What is Subhuman saying? Is that English?
Lock on works wonders.
Oh, well, I unclicked lock on and it helped me kill her.
For me, in the Oogie Boogie fight, Lock On would get weird because he'll move and then the camera will get blocked by something.
Oh yeah.
The camera is one of the biggest gripes in Kingdom Hearts 1. How it especially in like really small areas, it's not very good. Yeah.
So one thing I didn't like about this was the tower went away afterwards, and I couldn't go back and explore the tower more.
Yeah, I wish that they would have kept the tower there.
Yeah, but at least where the tower is, there's a hole in the ground that has all the chests that you might have missed. So yeah. I mean, it makes getting the chest easier.
Well, we went in there and I kept trying to find the tower, and Chunk was like, "Just go in the fucking hole." I was like,
"Just get in the hole."
And I was like, "I'm trying to find the tower," and he's like, "It's gone, stupid," and just like insulting me. But the cool thing about this world is like Sora comes in and he's like, "What is that? Why do you have a Heartless?" And they're like, "We're trying to make them decorations." Like they wanted to take the Heartless and make them decorations for Halloween Town. And I thought that was awesome. And I was like, that's fucking cool. And this world had the coolest outfits. Let's show off these outfits.
I kind of wish more worlds was like that, where they would have changed outfits fitting the world more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in this one, we're like an octopus and a turtle.
Yeah, but imagine in Neverland if they had pirate outfits.
Well, they would be like the Lost Boys outfits rather than that. Look how ugly my gummy ship is
compared to mine.
Okay, look how cool Sora looks. Right?
Yeah.
And then you got like the Halloween costume versions of Donald and Goofy. Yeah, and you got these little fuckers.
Not gonna lie, most of my teenage life and even my adult life too, I've always wanted to cosplay that costume as Sora for Halloween and just walk around my neighborhood.
You should do it, dude.
Do it.
I'm too lazy. I don't know the first thing about cosplaying. I probably just cheap out and just try to order something online just to find out that it doesn't fit.
$100 on someone who makes the stuff.
Yeah, and then just to find out it doesn't fit because I'm a big dude.
So I ordered my Luck cosplay from Black Clover, and when I go meet Justin Briner for a second time, the voice of Deku and the voice of Luck from Black Clover, and the shirt makes me look like I'm like 250 pounds when I put it on. It like the shoulders fit right, the arm length is good, but like it like goes out. It's kind of like they made it like a dress, and like it like comes out like they're trying to make like a poofy dress, and I was like, what the fuck? So then we go to Neverland, right? And because we're no longer talking about cosplay, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts. Sora and company, trapped inside Hook's ship, searched for Kairi and Wendy, who were locked away somewhere below deck. When they found them, they learned that something was wrong with Kairi. She remained dormant as she lost her heart. Just when Sora thought Kairi was within reach, Riku snatched her away. Sora and the others pursued them, to the main deck where Hook and his men waited. With Peter Pan's help, they defeated the pirates, but Riku, Kairi were nowhere to be found for now. Sora could only hope to see her again. When they sealed the keyhole at the clock tower, Sora found a gummy block. Will he be able to find Kairi again with the new block? With Tinkerbell now in the party, Sora and his friends continue with their journey. Now, this also had a hidden boss. Like after you beat it, if you go back to the clock tower or to Big Ben, I should say. When you go back to Big Ben, you fight this like secret boss, Heartless.
The Phantom, who kind of looks like he belongs in Bleach a bit because of the robe.
And when I was like fighting him, I was like, "What the fuck? This looks like Thunder!" And it was melee, and it was a melee button. So like you fight him, and basically where his junk would be, there was like a different color of spell you had to use. So you had to keep hitting him in the junk with a spell or a melee button. And then once you did that, you'd kick the shit out of him. But like I got a pro tip saying stop the clock. So I stopped the clock, and I found out that I could just spam stop the clock. So I would just spam that and then just kick his ass. And
so
it was a
when
lot.
I had the bright idea of fighting him as soon as I was able to, I died multiple times because I kept running out of MP, and the magic spells were not their highest, so I died a lot.
I feel like he was like super easy. He was the first one I beat, and like once I figured out what those fucking things where his junk would be, I had this. So then we went to the book in Merlin's. And we did the torn pages for 100 Acre Woods, where I got to push Pooh Bear for Drunk 3PO, which is funny when we were in 100 Acre Woods when we were playing 2, Drunk 3PO came into the chat, and Drunk was like, "Push that bear." He was like,
This world has the best line in the game.
What's the line?
Not bad for a non-Tigger.
Yep.
Tigger is the best. Why is Tigger the best? Because he's the only one. Tigger. Tigger, I love Tigger. So like I would just watch Winnie the Pooh just to watch Tigger, and I'd be like, "Who are these other characters, and why are they taking up my Tigger time?" So I would like we would like record Winnie the Pooh, and I would just fast forward anytime Tigger wasn't on. And I would just like try to match like Tigger's voice. I can't do it anymore, but I used to do it all the time. So like when I got to see Tigger in this, I was so excited. But the mini games in this one for this are awful compared to 2.
I have yet to do any of them for 2. I'm still trying to get all the pages, but yeah, the mini games in this one were okay.
Boring.
And then
I was like, "Chuck, I can't remember which way I go on the Tigger one." And he's like, "Right, left, forward, jump, back, forward, go, left." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So we are now going to read the story for this. Sora was whisked away to the world of the 100 Acre Woods inside a book in Merlin's house. There he met Winnie the Pooh, who said all his friends had vanished. Some of the book's pages had been torn out, taking his friends with them. Sora collects all the scattered pages and brought Pooh and his friends back together. A happy ending. Now, I notice that the Chronicles doesn't actually have like Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing.
Doesn't seem to have Hollow Bastion or the End. But I guess that one kind of makes
sense.
I'm
guessing it's Sora's story?
Yeah, it's explained in Sora's story. It's so pretty much just the ending. They don't really focus on anything from the beginning or anything.
Okay, then we'll go to Sora's story. The power of Kairi's heart was what saved Sora. The strong bonds between them became a light that pulled him back from the darkness. Promising Kairi he would come back, Sora returned to Hollow Bastion to seal the final keyhole and save Riku. The keyhole was sealed, but Ansem and Riku were nowhere to be found. Ansem had left to fulfill his final plan. Sora and company followed him to a world shrouded in darkness. Destroying Ansem could restore all the worlds taken by the Heartless, but it would also mean those worlds being disconnected as they were once were. Once every world was isolated, divided from the others by impassable walls. The power of darkness demolished those walls. If the walls return to traveling, other worlds will no longer be possible. Sora may never see his friends again.
Well, that part was a lie.
Well, he may have never saw them again. But if we beat the game, he has to, unless there's there's 3 different endings. So yeah, still he resolved to fight his way into the very core of darkness where Ansem lived, or lies in wait. He believes no matter how deep the darkness, the light will shine. All right. So now that we've done that,
I got one thing to say though. Ansem is a filthy stand user.
A what user?
A stand. You know the things from JoJo Bizarre Adventures, like
No,
Star Platinum.
I don't watch JoJo's because I don't like the art style.
I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and mainly memes.
Oh well, I haven't.
Well,
so
okay.
I'm just saying I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it. Who was your guys' favorite boss to fight?
I'll let Ronan go, so it gives me time to think.
I might say Ansem, just to bully him.
Which, the final fight or the
final
fight?
Yeah.
Okay, I really
just to
like
bully
the
the stand
fight.
user.
But I think I like the fight with Riku before the Ansem fight, like in Hall of Bastion. I really liked that fight compared to a lot of the others. And I had glide at that time, and I think sometimes I would randomly jump up and glide away.
That did help dodge some of his moves.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a lot of fun because like when you're thinking of as the character, you're Sora and you're Riku and you're fighting his best friend throughout the years, and it was just really cool for me to fight him. And it's not like I had all my movement spells now, so it was or movement abilities, so it made it so I didn't hate my life playing this game. So yeah, I really liked that fight.
Yeah, I have to agree. The second fight with Riku is probably my favorite one. It's probably one of the more iconic fights in that game because it's a one-on-one between 2 friends. One of them is just happened to be possessed, but a very dramatic fight, very fun fight, and the music to that fight is some of the best. I love the music in that fight.
The fight almost kind of reminded me of Naruto and Sasuke's fight. Just like 2 friends kind of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The music is fantastic. We would play some of it if YouTube wouldn't be
if
fuck
Disney
you're
wasn't
shutting down,
gay.
and yeah, if they didn't copyright every single time I'm fucking open this game.
Hey, and then, how about we sing the music and make everyone's ears bleed?
Right.
It can't be
Chunk,
worse
you go
than
with Simple and Clean.
Oh no, I can't say it. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. That's all I'm doing. Fuck you guys.
So it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So the music is great. Anytime I pause the game, I get a copyright, and it's dispute this copyright. It says I can play the game. So you'll see a lot of my playthroughs, I just trimmed out the parts that were paused. Even if I was talking, because I was fuck it, I don't want to deal with this. Because the copyright, they used to have 10 days to respond, but now they have 30 days to respond. So Disney will keep it for 30 days. So if I was making money when I was playing Kingdom Hearts, like let's say I was monetized, if I was making money, Disney would have stole like all the money I would make from those streams because I was playing Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that blows.
Disney, the big gay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's much worse than this.
Yeah.
I still think that's hilarious. So the music is great.
Remember,
The
because you are
boss,
mega gay, so you are gayer than me then.
no, biggest is the biggest.
But
you can
mega
be.
is bigger
Mega,
than biggest.
no, it's not. Mega is bigger than big, but biggest is still bigger
Quiet,
than
Biggles,
mega.
you are more gay.
No. You can't help it. We all know it's you, Ronan. So this is all part of Kingdom Hearts. Okay, this whole battle is actually in Kingdom Hearts. It's in the world end or whatever the hell it's called, the end of the world or whatever.
Yeah,
what is
the
it
end.
Called?
The end of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, the end of the world. That whole debate that we just had, it's in that part of the game. Some people don't even go into that little drop down, so you'll know. But so the music is fantastic. Chunk, other than the camera, is there anything you don't like about Kingdom Hearts 1?
It's not that I don't like certain things about Kingdom Hearts. I just have minor just complaints here and there. The platforming can get a little annoying at times because there's a weird sort of like I don't know if it's just a collision thing where you try to jump and you just fall instead, like the button doesn't register or whatever, or like sometimes when you jump and you land, there's like that little tiny delay where Sora just doesn't move after landing. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just minor little tiny annoyances.
I know the collision definitely annoyed me. Trying to jump to hold onto a ledge, and Sora would not grab on at times.
Yeah, I mean it's their first crack in the series, so there's going to be some design flaws that are just they got a slight little bit of jank to them, but other than that, I don't really have anything I don't like about Kingdom Hearts 1 except I don't know, probably Metal Chocobo. I wish it had a better design.
My problems is basically all early game and then like bosses spamming one ability. I didn't mind getting lost all the time. I did wish they had a map, and now there's a map in 2, and I'm like, 2 is superior so far in like almost every way. So I'm really glad that I'm getting to play 2. But 1 was fun. I'm glad I skipped Chain of Memories because that like even from the cutscenes, I was like, I don't care. I did like the blonde girl that they got rid of. They killed her, and I was like, "How dare you? How dare you?"
Or as I call the Pikachu fangirl.
What like? I need to like see how her name is spelled so I can try to guess whose Heartless she is.
I'll type it in the chat. You can have your little guessing game here.
Let's go. So I think like the X's like split stuff up. So like I've been trying to. I did spend the majority of my game being lost.
You're not a real gamer if you don't act like Zoro for One Piece, always getting lost.
Dude, I get lost all the time.
There.
Larcene. The X doesn't mean anything. Okay, so damn, I'll have to figure that out. There's too many letters. There's too many people. Alice, no, not Alice. There's no C or E or like, or no, there's an E.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But I've been like spending time like trying to figure out who they are. Like Axel feels like Aladdin because it's Ali when you see him. because I originally was like, it's Alex, and then he's like Ruxus or Raxus, Roxus, blah, blah, blah. And I was like trying to figure out what they mean. But who knows? I don't even know it. Like for me, it would be a lot harder because I don't know any of the like girl princesses names or whatever, or like the characters in their worlds. But yeah, okay. So the Ansem reports. The Ansem reports is basically Ansem creating the Heartless and how he plans on like using them or something like that. We read them all on one of the streams, so I don't want to read them all here because it took me way too long.
And he even discovered like the nobodies from his experiment.
Yeah, we would be here for like 3 hours if we covered all of this Ansem's reports and
if
all.
We really tried to dissect them.
But yeah, the Ansem reports they're pretty slow. There's not too much lore up until I don't know. Probably the closer you get to 13, the more juicier it gets. But I mean, it really doesn't really probably get good until number 9, and there's some nice lore in that, considering a meteor shower and other stuff like that. You know, but otherwise, it's just a kind of a summary of Ansem experimenting with hearts and darkness and the origins of Heartless and gummy blocks and all that kind of stuff. So,
and there's a good chance like we haven't even met the character that like Larcene could be, right? So like I'm assuming it's a person that I'll meet and I'll see like a name and be like, hey, maybe it's that person.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Because I already know someone's brought up Aqua, but anytime I think of Aqua, I think of this chick, not I think of Aqua from Konosuba rather than Aqua from Kingdom Hearts. Because I've known about Aqua since forever because of Lethal Lightning, you know? So I know about Aqua, but I don't know what she looks like or anything else, right? I assume she has blue hair because Aqua, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Yeah,
I don't know.
hair.
I haven't met her yet. She's in 3, right?
She appears in Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep, and she's Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, Fragmentary Passage.
Okay. So I know of her, but I don't know anything about her, right? So like hearing the name, I wouldn't be like, oh. Like when they said it was Aqua, I thought they were talking about Konosuba. And it was funny because I got sent from Swigs the Isekai Quartet meme where Roswell's like, can someone tell me something useless? And Aqua goes, me. And he goes, that is correct. Anybody else? And you're like, oh no. Yeah, she's also in 3. So like how he creates the Ansem reports are how he like creates the Heartless, and like it gives you all the lore kind of the world. It goes forever. And one thing I actually like a little more in this game than I did than I do in 2 is the abilities, like the AP points. I like it a little more in this one. And my reasoning is I feel like there's a lot in the other one that are useless. And I feel like I don't have as many options with Goofy and Donald as I do. So I've just been putting points into Sora and not using.
I can see that.
That's what I mainly do. I say screw Goofy and Donald. The AP's for me.
Yeah, but like there's plenty of good stuff you can give them, but it's like you don't have like the AP, and then it's like, oh, it has for like in 2 it has like limit abilities, right? So
yeah,
and it's like I keep saying like. I don't mean to say. I don't mean to keep
like
doing that.
this, like
Yeah. So they have 2 limit abilities, and it has like these spells. But I feel like in the second one, I'm just removing like all their spells, so they only use 1 spell. And I feel like the other ones are a waste. And like, I did it again.
That's what I was trying to do with Donald in this. I was trying to get him to mainly use Cure.
Well, you can't remove his magic, but you can. What you can do is customize.
But you can mess with his like character stat to
Yeah, you can
prioritize healing.
Yeah, defensive magic constantly rather than offensive magic. But I feel like the customization in like 1 might be a little better than 2 as well, because 2 you can choose if they fight the same character as you, so you can choose better stuff, but I feel like you can better control what they use, because in 2 I have Donald using thunder, and he's just saying the same word over and 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 over again, that I wish I could just mute him.
Well, you can make him cast thunder less often.
Yeah, but he kills shit. I want him to kill shit right away.
One thing this game does better too is just fire. I don't like how fire is more defensive in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Well, it's more of a close range spell.
Yeah.
It's really good in certain situations, which I don't want to talk about, but
it's like Blizzard acts more like fire with how it shoots.
Yeah.
In Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's like, why?
Yeah, it's just a circle around them, and
why?
I don't like it. But that makes sense why you get Blizzard first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is there anything you guys really want to talk about Kingdom Hearts?
I don't know. I'm good with just taking up questions. If you guys are confused or you need further explanation on something, I can kind of guide you the right way. Or if you want to, really take this on for a little bit longer, we could just jump to Chain of Memories a little bit if you want to.
But I got one thing to say first. This is a good series. Everyone should be playing it.
Agreed.
Even if it is Disney.
Yes.
I don't really want to talk
about good
Chain
Disney right now.
Because I just like watched it, and like anything I had to say about it, I said in the video when it happened. So
okay.
I don't really.
The most.
You okay, Chunk? Are you deep throating your microphone right now? Oh, isn't it on your phone though? Well, you sounded all staticky, like you were smacking the phone. Even though you're
I think I was adjusting the headphone jack.
Oh, okay. That
makes sense. The most important part of the story for Chain of Memories, story is important too, but Riku seems to kind of be more like just because when Mickey, you see him in the black hood, and you're like, well, what the heck is this? And then Chain of Memories kind of explains that.
Yeah.
But Chain of Memories also explain why Sora's in that pod. But
well, they also kind of explain it in 2 when you first start playing 2.
Yeah. So it seems like the more important part of Chain of Memories is Riku's story, which is shorter than Sora's. Because all like the little text box story stuff gets taken out of the game, and you go in, you just go through a few rooms, go straight to boss fight.
Yeah, Riku's story is kind of the speed run of Chain of Memories. It's pretty short.
I kind of wish in 2 I got to play some Riku, but I didn't so far, unless he's part of the secret bosses. And I kind of wish I played a little more of Roxas. Yeah, whatever.
I'm going to take a good guess and say he might be playable in another game.
Maybe. He looks like he's the main character on some of those things Chunk said I had to play afterwards.
Like
Which might
maybe
be
Birth
movies.
by Sleep, because I think he's in it.
I don't know. I'm not looking at the names anymore. I closed.
I'm just looking at the back of my game case to figure some of the stuff out.
Oh, okay. I got it.
I'd love hearing it from you guys. You guys are just like the lack of context in some of these things. I just like part of me just wants to just say something, but then it's like no, because then that would just
because then you'll ruin everything.
But I can't wait for everything else that's to come for you guys.
Well, like there's that because I'm ahead of Ronan. Like I saw a part
because
that
you
he
skip
had
Chain of Memories. That's the only reason why.
I don't give a shit. I'm not playing it. Like I said, because I'm ahead of Ronan now. You also had longer streams than me and streamed only those games. So
yeah,
if you don't,
my
if you don't
streams are
count
shorter now because I have hell on earth to deal with.
Well, that's your
School.
fault. Maybe you shouldn't have gone to hell on earth.
Well.
Like there's a scene and I was like, there's this, and everybody's like, no, that's not him. And I was like, that's him. That's 100% him. What are you fucking talking about? That's him. And they're like, it's not. And then like you see someone else, and I
think it's you see Riku in the beginning of the game where the Heartless is starting to go to the nobodies going to the mansion, and you see a guy in the black hood with Soul Eater. I'm convinced that's Riku.
Come on,
okay.
You subhuman. Why must you spoil things?
That's okay. I don't. What he's just said there, I'm like, is that like I'm guessing that's the rhythm game.
No, the rhythm one is
rhythm game. You bought the rhythm game. I lose respect for you.
I kind of just bought these all at one time when I went to GameStop one day. But yeah, it's Melody of Memory. That's the rhythm game.
Whatever.
And Chunk is going to be very excited to see me play it because I'm giving him a seizure every time I try to do Atlantica.
Yeah, sub's right. I'll forget later. Ronan might not, but I will. I'll be like, what the? I'll probably forget by the end of the stream. So, does anybody have any final thoughts? Let's kind of wrap this up unless you have something you really want to say.
Good game. Everyone should play it.
You said that already.
I know.
You said that right before we started talking again. All right, so
but I had to say it again.
Ronan's final thoughts are good game. You should play it. Chunk.
I don't know. I mean, there's not really. We covered a lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I don't expect Biggles to have any questions since he can't remember anything. So,
multiple thumbs up.
What is this place? What does this thing mean?
Why is there an X in the middle of their name?
You'll find out.
Whatever. So, Biggles' final thoughts. Early game freaking annoying. Some of the bosses piss me the fuck off. Fuck you, Jafar. Fuck you, Ursula. Fuck you, Sith Lord at the end. Why the fuck do you have a lightsaber? They didn't even own fucking Star Wars yet. Game was a lot of fun. I really loved the worlds. I loved the story of this game. It was a little confusing to have a turn-based RPG menu, but it was an action RPG. That was kind of weird. I was like, shit, I feel like this should have been a turn-based game. Or maybe it was originally going to be a turn-based game, and then they decided to make it an action RPG.
It might be that, because like I said, before Squaresoft mainly did the turn-based with Final Fantasy, so that it might have originally been turn-based, and then they're like, screw it, full action RPG.
Yeah. I love seeing Final Fantasy characters. I love seeing characters from everybody else. I wish I could choose more than just Donald and Goofy. It would have been like cooler if I could have like brought maybe like other Disney characters with me.
But that would be meddling, though. Can't do that.
Well, I mean, like if I had like Daisy rather than Donald, or like
or King Mickey.
well, I wouldn't really care much for Mickey, but like maybe I could have Pluto and he just like goes and bites people, or like I
Sick 'em,
kind of
Pluto.
wish, like I do know that there was the summons, but then I like would lose my other characters, and some of the summons were just like kind of boring. So
I still hope one
hello,
day we
welcome,
get an
welcome, welcome.
official. I still hope one day we get an official explanation why Bahamut was cut from KH1 as a summon.
I can think of one reason, because the summons are typically big in Final Fantasy, so he
He's
might have
just
been
so
way
large.
too big. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Bahamut would have been too big.
Yeah, and probably just to program like all the different attacks that he can do, and just nuke everything on screen is just too powerful.
But if they wanted, they could have probably figured out a way to make like special conditions to summon him, and he would have just been like a full cinematic. Just puts a giant hole in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So finishing off, I really like the Kingdom Hearts characters. Riku, well, Kairi was barely in it, but Sora was in love with her. I love you, Kairi. And then he forgets all about her in Chain of Memories, and you're like, okay. But
he had another girl on his mind.
Yeah, fucking player. No, I'm just kidding. And like his voice change. Do you what? Do you what?
Yeah, the voice change really caught me off guard when playing Chain of Memories. It's like he looked like Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, and then he's got the Kingdom Hearts 2 voice.
He hit puberty. The character,
I know.
and then in 2 they made him bigger because or a little taller, and his clothes didn't fit. To explain the changed voice. Well, I was sleeping for a year. Oh well, he hit puberty, so it makes sense. Okay, Nora says Disney was extremely strict on what Square could do with the Disney party members. Also, Square was trying to get into making action games with the game, like the Bouncer being the first attempt.
Yeah, I never played Bouncer, but I heard it was sort of similar in a way. But he brings up a good point about being strict on what Square could and could not do with Disney party members. I know originally Goofy, instead of having a shield, he was actually supposed to wield a sword, but Disney didn't like it. They didn't want to have people get the image of Goofy just being some just merciless thing, just slaying things with a sword. So they gave him a shield instead and gave him more of a defensive role rather than
funny
offensive.
Disney would be that way, even though he uses a rapier in Three Musketeers.
I know it's weird.
There's other stuff where he has a sword too.
But the sword wouldn't make sense considering he's meant to be like a knight.
Yeah, and it would be like, well, then you'd have 2 party members that wield sword-like weapons.
Yeah.
Well, one's a key, so it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but he wields it like a sword, so.
I think of it more as like an axe than a sword.
With the way it is, yeah, it kind of is more like a.
I think of it more of as an axe because, if you look at it, each key has the downward handle, so it's like a one-sided axe. When Gimli takes out his axe and throws it. So.
Yeah.
But I do wish there was more stuff I could have done with the Disney characters. I wish maybe I could have took some of those Disney characters to other worlds. How cool would it have been to be this is Aladdin meet Hercules, be able to take Aladdin into the Colosseum with you. I thought it would have been cool to be able to do that. And when I wasn't able to do that, I was like, oh man, but I figured that when I only got them in the worlds, they'd only interact that way. It would have been such a cool thing, but as was stated in the chat, Disney was very strict with their stuff. Now they're like, who cares about our IP? You can ruin them.
Yeah.
No one cares about our characters anymore.
One thing I just thought of story-wise is like why you couldn't bring other Disney characters because it would be meddling. Yet you could bring the summons from different worlds, like Genie, to like help you in Atlantica or something. It's like, so I
Yeah.
couldn't bring Aladdin, but I can bring Genie.
Yeah, they like I said just now, back then they cared about their characters. Now they're like, I don't care. We can ruin all our franchise because we don't care about anything.
Yeah.
So, because we watch Disney destroy everything now. So, back when I was a little kid, like this game. So this game came out, I think, when I was in like 6th grade or something like that, 6th or 7th grade, and all my friends were playing it. So I would like go by and like watch, but I couldn't remember anything other than like Sora and like Donald and Goofy. So like I wouldn't be able to tell you anything from what I used to watch my friends. And then basically we'd be like, all right, fuck Kingdom Hearts, let's put on Dragon Ball. And we would play the Dragon Ball games and just beat the shit out of each other in the Dragon Ball games. Which in 29 days now, I'll be like saying, screw Kingdom Hearts, I'm only playing Dragon Ball. so
yes, Chunk is starting to despise Dragon Ball because of that.
Hey man, favorite franchise since like ever. Favorite franchise like ever. So those are basically my final thoughts on this game. Like I've enjoyed the combat. Some of the boss fights were dumb. Once I got high jump, the game was 1,000 times better than it was in the early game. I would get lost a lot. I wish I could do more stuff with the Disney characters, but strict Disney when back in the day.
When Disney cared.
Yeah, when they cared about their characters and how people perceive them. And that is basically my final thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 1. I guess we should do one for Kingdom Hearts 2 when I finish it, because we should finish it on Friday. It's going to be a later stream than normal, probably around 9:30 Eastern, because I do have a work event I have to go to that ends at like 5:30, and then it takes me time to drive home and then set up the game. So we should have a stream where I'm beating the last town and finishing off Pooh, and then we'll just grind the side stories or the special post game stuff afterwards.
Sounds like I need to start streaming Kingdom Hearts 2 again.
Go for it, man. Chung needs something to watch when I'm not live, you know? So that is everything for this. We're probably going to be doing more Biggles breakdowns on Monday again, now that I don't stream like all the time during the week. So I have more time to do it because I only stream 3 days, and then Monday when I do the podcast. So thank you all. That was our thoughts on Kingdom Hearts, and we'll see you Friday when I finish the story for Kingdom Hearts 2. Bye, everybody. Let's go to the thing. Where is it? I can't find it. It's not here. Where's my video?
Biggles is here. Hi, says I could be a hooker. Biggles, will your hooker name be Bagels? Mine would be cream cheese.